Today we're going to be talking about simplifying fractions. How can we represent a fraction with smaller numbers? Well, there's this fundamental principle. If we take the fraction 2 over 4, you'll notice that the numerator and denominator both have a common factor of 2. So if we take the fraction 1/2, and if we were to multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. Now the thing about 2 over 2 is that 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we can imagine that this is equivalent to 1 here. And so what you're essentially doing here is multiplying 1/2 by 1, which leaves you with 1/2. So that proves that 1/2 and 2 over 4 are the same. As we can see, we simplified the fraction 2/4 and rewrote it in terms of 1/2. We know that 1/2 is simplified because there's no common factors between the numerator and the denominator that isn't 1. For 2/4, the common factor was 2. So then we could simplify it, and now we have 1/2, which has no more factors that can help us simplify. Let's try simplifying these fractions. First, we have 8 over 10. What is a common factor of 8 and 10? Again, a common factor is 2 and 2. So we can essentially divide 8 by 2, which is 4, and divide 10 by 2, which is 5. And then here we have our 2 and our 2. 4 times 2 is 8, and 5 times 2 is 10. So we know that 8 over 10 is equal to 4 over 5 times 2 over 2. And 2 over 2 is just equal to 1. So we can rewrite this as 4 over 5 times 1 equals 4 over 5. And so we know our simplified fraction is 4/5, 4 over 5. We can't simplify it any further because 4 and 5 do not share any common factors that aren't 1. Now let's try 66 over 22. 66 is actually just divisible by 22. And so a way we can simplify this is by dividing the top and the bottom by 22. What you'll notice is that if we divide the top and bottom by 22, then we get 66 divided by 22 is 3, and 22 divided by 22 is 1. A way to rewrite this is actually 3 over 1. 3 over 1 is actually equivalent to 66 over 22. The way we can prove this is by kind of asking, how many times does 22 go into 66? And 22 goes into 66 3 times, and 1 goes into 3 times as well. So we know there's the same fraction because the denominator goes into the numerator the same amount of times. And for this last fraction here, it deals with a very large number. Right off the bat, we can actually simplify this by simply shaving away the same amount of zeros on both the numerator and denominator. Both share 2 zeros, so we can just simply ignore both sets of 2 zeros. And so we're left with 18 over 30. A common factor of 18 and a common factor of 30 is 6. So what we can do is divide both sides by 6. And we will get 3. 18 divided by 6 is 3. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. So 3 over 5 is our simplified fraction.